So I am currently in the process of unlocking the new sniper rifle. The new sniper rifle requires you to get 3 quickscoping kills in 15 different matches. It's not too terrible because I've been running an overkill AX50 MP5 class. And the reason I'm using the MP5 in this gameplay is because, well, I actually wanted to see if the nerf actually mattered. The big part of this patch for me, this newest update, was that the MP5 finally got nerfed. I am a 6v6 guy. I don't play a lot of Warzone, a lot of ground war, so a lot of the things people were complaining about when it comes to like the Grau, I didn't really care. The MP5 dominates the kill feeds in the matches that I'm playing in. So how did they nerf the MP5? Well, they reduced its range, and then according to Exclusive Ace's testing, actually increased the damage of the 10mm rounds at a distance, which is not good. It's not by much, but they accidentally buffed that. And the recoil on the 10mm rounds is actually less than it was before the patch. So now you kick a little bit less with the 10mm rounds. So I'm actually pretty angry. So the MP5 base has a little bit less range, but it is still incredibly accurate and is incredibly consistent to kill with. You still have a very high rate of fire, low recoil weapon that can 3-shot up close. So, in my opinion, a broken patch on the MP5 is worth a complaining video. This weapon is dominating the meta. And while I appreciate that they have taken into account some other weapons and buffed them in this update, I don't know why they buffed the Kar98 and MK2, they did not need buffs, but the Dragunov did. The FAL's one is definitely welcome, the AK's one is also welcome. I think the AK actually now aims down sight faster than the Kar98 does now, at like 269 milliseconds according to Exclusive Ace, something cool like that. Either way, there's some definitely good changes in this update. Like the fact that slugs are actually accurate now and are a viable weapon, that the 725 is basically a sniper rifle with slugs. That's going to be a lot of fun to play around with. But all they had to do was nerf the MP5 properly. The MP5, it's too good. I'm sorry. If you don't think it's very good, you aren't paying attention to the stats or your lobbies. It's still an incredibly dominant S-tier SMG, and there's no reason for that at this point. It's easy. Increase the recoil on 10mm rounds and make it so that you can't get a 3-shot to the body without 10mm rounds. Make it so that the 9mm can no longer 3-shot, and we're fine. Increase the recoil, decrease the bullet velocity, do something. This weapon is dominating the game. I'm tired of using it, I'm tired of dying by it. All this update did was give it slightly less of a chance to map me, but of course it's an SMG. That's what it should have been like before. It's a 9mm SMG. It shouldn't have been competing with ARs from the start. Other weapons got considerable changes to how much ammo they start with, or, aim down sight time. But no, the MP5, they're scared to nerf it for some reason. Do they not realize how dominant this piece of shit is? It's not a good versatile SMG. The AUG with 9mm is a good versatile SMG. The MP7 is a good versatile SMG. I honestly think the MP7 also needs a bit of a nerf to its damage range and to its recoil. I think it needs just slightly more recoil than it has because it's too easy to control, but at least it's not 3-shotting me to my body. There are other weapons I would love to see tweaked. For instance, I wanted the MK2 and Kar98 to have their sprint out times increased, not their aim down sight times or damage ranges to be just better. Why make those guns better? I feel like Infinity Ward doesn't hop into a lobby and like public match, just go into hardpoint. I feel like they don't do that. Because if they did, they would be like, wow, that MP5 is absolutely melting me, or wow, people are incredibly proficient with the Kar98 and MK2, unless they're so shit at the game, their own skill-based matchmaking is pairing them against people that can't use those weapons properly, and that's what they're balancing the game around. Like I said, I'm okay with skill-based matchmaking, I just wish my teammates were better. I'm okay with a lot of the stuff that I'm not exactly happy with in Modern Warfare. The MP5 is so easy to fix though. Modern Warfare doesn't have a long list of why don't you just fix that things. We're not playing Black Ops 4 here. But the MP5 is obvious. Even the minimap, I want the minimap to be back to the way it was. I've wanted that since the game came out. But I get it. Modern Warfare is different. It has the compass. There's lots of ways you can earn UAVs and personal radars, and snapshot grenades got buffed, and so finding people shouldn't be hard. The tracker perk exists. That's really a slept-on perk. I can justify their decision making. The MP5 is blatantly too good at every fucking thing. If you use the integral monolithic suppressor and a Merc foregrip and a 45 round magazine, you're good. Everything else is a bonus. Honestly, Merc foregrip, not even necessary up close, obviously. It's really not hard to fix that gun. The Grau got its Warzone performance tweaked by giving it a little bit more side-to-side recoil, changing the Nexus and Archangel barrels to be a little less powerful, and then also just reducing its overall damage range. But the MP5's problem wasn't its range. I mean, yeah, I guess you could reduce the range until it only gets a 3-shot kill at 1 meter, but the problem isn't the range that it gets a 3-shot kill, is that it's able to at all with that high of a rate of fire with that low of recoil. It's simple fucking math. So I'm a little irritated because the more I'm thinking about Modern Warfare's update, I want to just praise it because Team Defender is fun, the new map I'm actually enjoying, and I've played around with the new sniper rifle in private match, and I cannot wait to unlock that in multiplayer and play with it. It's a good update, but they're scared of nerfing the MP5. It's now gone through 2 baby nerfs, and it's still unscathed. Like, why not just drop the hammer on it and fix it later? They're releasing these weapon updates and tuning things so infrequently that maybe they can't, because it was a while back that we got actually decent weapon changes. I feel like we get them only like once a season, which is good for consistency, but bad when there's something that needs to be changed. The 725 fix took, in my opinion, too long, but at least they got on it. They saw that, wow, that thing fights way outside of its effective range, it's way too easy to use, it needs a nerf. They knew that. It took them about 2 weeks to get that thing under wraps, and then a little bit tweaking afterwards. You know, they changed the meta with 2 updates. The MP5 is still the most dominant SMG in the game there, I said it. The only thing it can't do is have 60 round mags. Other than that, who cares? It's still the easiest, stupidest fucking gun in the game. The M4 even got its own unique nerf a while back that put it in line with other ARs. The M4, in my opinion, is versatile and solid, but it is no longer overpowered. To me, honestly, this is upsetting, frustrating, and rant-worthy, because all they would have to do is play their own game to find out the problems with it. An overpowered SMG is not that hard to fix, Infinity Ward. I've seen you guys fix stuff like this before. I just remember back during Call of Duty Ghosts, we had multiple SMGs that were meta-dominant at different times. There was the MTAR, the Bison, and the Vector. I think there was another SMG that was meta-dominant for a little bit and people used a lot of, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. Where it feels like Modern Warfare has had one meta-dominant SMG with the MP5 and a really good SMG with the MP7, and then the other ones sort of feel lackluster and almost pointless. Like the Uzi and Bison aren't bad, but they don't fire fast enough to be used as SMGs, and they don't have enough range to be used as ARs, so they're kind of in this weird middle ground where, yeah, if your enemy's at mid-range and isn't shooting back at you with a high DPS weapon, you're fine. You know, there's lots of little problems in this game when it comes to weapon balance. And a lot of them I can like overlook, you know, nothing's gonna be perfect, but the MP5 is blatant. It's a blatant issue and needs to be fixed. Anyway, sorry for bitching again, I just had to get this off my chest because I was really counting on this MP5 nerf to maybe shake up the meta. But you know what I'm gonna start doing? I'm gonna use the MP5 even more. I'm going to use it until the people that I'm fighting go on Twitter and complain about dying from it, and maybe Infinity Ward will get it through their head that they have way too powerful of an SMG here. That being said, I am going to be working on videos about Cheshire Park, the new sniper rifle, and Team Defender. I think these are great additions to the game, and also, we're going to be making a fun montage in hardcore with that sniper rifle if the explosive rounds are really powerful. So I look forward to making these videos for you guys. I also took some of your guys' feedback on my community page about the videos I need to make, and so yeah, I just want to do a quick freestyle rant where I can just sort of reiterate old information because apparently that's all I can do because Modern Warfare feels very stagnant in terms of its meta. Ugh. Anyway, see you when I see you guys. Sorry for the thwomp noise. Goodbye.